I don't blog because, as you guys know, I am not a good writer. I communicate through drawings, diagrams, explanations where I just constantly yap, and I use a phone to record a laptop screen of me yapping. But since many extremists that pose as bus and train enthusiasts, they love to use this site to spread their POFMA. I signed in with Facebook, and I'm going to attempt to. Is it auto saving or something? Okay, I'm gonna attempt to write a very simple article. It could be, the length doesn't matter, but I just want to convey like the very basics of everything. So let's go. I'm gonna do this live. Many okay, this is a title, right? I've played around with like the options a little bit. I'm just gonna keep it like really simple. Many public transport bloggers in Singapore. Is there a save button? Oh no, there is a publish button. Okay. And I think you could edit it later. Okay, many public transport bloggers in Singapore are out of touch with reality. Is the English correct? Because I want to say something like out of touch to reality, out of touch to reality with I forgot all my prepositions. God damn it. Touch with. I think this is okay. So I should probably get like a. Can you do one more space bar so that it looks nicer? Oh, okay, I can. Oh god, I really sound like a boomer right now because I don't know how to I don't know how to embrace technology because skill issue, I suck. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a section saying oh, it actually undoes my bold. Okay, so I need to like do this again. I would just aim to keep everything simple. I wouldn't try to like over elaborate on something unless I need it. So many transit bloggers, many okay, you know what? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Many Singapore transit bloggers like those on this site are often not in touch with the ground sentiments demand and commuter patterns. And the thing is, I have to write in like proper English. I'm not able to like shortcut saying you, or any of those sorts of things. And I cannot type, oh, CS, haha, that kind of thing. Like those on this side are often not in touch with demand. You know what, let's just put this in. Overall demand, yeah, because it's nothing wrong. Like overall demand and they often use this site to spread misinformation. So let's go over the basics and done. I don't have to elaborate a lot. So I'm just, okay, introduction, and then I can just, do I have to put a spacebar again? Okay, I'll just put a spacebar again. Is there a word limit or something? I don't. I mean, I assume this site doesn't really have a word limit, or is it like paywall? I don't know. It's really my first time using this site. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about like feeder buses. And okay, I'm gonna put this here. Okay. Feeder bus. Okay. Feeder buses. That's alright. Okay. Bus services branded as that are branded as feeder have a 3.2 kilometer fare cap, have a and are only meant to operate within a particular neighborhood or planning zone. This is why 114 is not a feeder service, even if it never got extended. That's the reason, because it crosses. Is this an American English? I'm sorry, because I type in like British English, because that was how I was like educated with. I don't know what international schools use. Do they use American English, or do they use British English, or do they teach both? I assume they teach both, but whatever, I'm not gonna care. Really, it's so stupid. Only meant to operate within a particular neighborhood or planning zone. They form the first and last mile of most commutes. I mean, most commutes, right? Assuming your doorstep is being served by a feeder bus, and tend to have high fare box recovery rates as a result. I don't have to elaborate, they can make their own interpretations with this. They are for people commuting within the neighborhood to and from the major amenities and for them to access the nearest, what do you call that, transport hub. Major or minor? Okay. Because it's like bus interchanges at terminals, they are of different sizes. I don't think I have to like elaborate that. Okay, and the next section, I'm going to say trunk. No, actually, I need to type this thing. Okay. I don't think anybody does this. I'm the only one that's like confident enough to show you all my thought process live. And by the way, I haven't paused like my video yet as I'm like typing. Trunk buses form the backbone of the Singapore bus network. Eh? Oh. No. How? Why does it do? No, why does it fucking do this? Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, it means I don't really want to use that. I don't really want to use that. I'm just gonna use this instead. Commuters uh, commuters commute. No. Commuters take trunk services. The English is not good. The commuters. Okay, let's just keep it simple. Commuters use these buses to travel. Both. I want to say both, but like I want to say short, medium, and to travel or long distances. And then I'm going to say that like in the event of a major train disruption, buses. Wait a minute. Network resilience. In the event of a major train disruption, buses offer okay, you know what? Put here. For people who are not from Singapore, obviously, buses offer network resilience. I think this is okay. I don't want it to be too wordy. Alternative mode of transport. The thing is, the English is not good, but I cut down the number of words. You get what I mean? I know it's a block, but it's like there is nothing wrong with this statement other than the fact that like, oh, if you're from JC, right, I'd expect you to write in more flowery language. I'd expect you to have a wider vocabulary, but I'm not about that, okay? I just want my points to be clear and concise. And outside of disruptions, regardless of distance of commute, regardless of I think it's all right. Regardless of distance of commute, buses allow this distance of commute and number of transfers within the okay, I think this is all right. Buses allow I need to elaborate a little bit. Buses allow regardless of distance of commute and number of transfers within the transit network, buses, Jesus Christ, buses allow commuters to access to reach areas mostly inaccessible via rail and in for places such as 6th Avenue, because it's the most prominent example. I mean, it's like in future there's gonna be that Tengah line that's gonna intersect at like Holland Village, and then there's also like downtown line above, such as 6th Avenue. Buses offer residents a direct connect. Zero transfers needed. Yeah, you know, I think people need to learn how to type in brackets. You see, this is why I'm not a good writer. For places such as 6th Avenue, buses offer residents a direct connect to the outside world. Service 77 takes you to Bukit Batok. Whoops. Beauty World, Orchard, and Marina Center. Service 156 takes you to... I don't care about the English. I don't need to use like all the tough words and everything. Jesus Christ, I don't care. Service 156 takes you to Clementi, Whitley Road. I'm just gonna put it... I'm not gonna say Stevens because Stevens kind of includes Stevens Road as well, which is quite big. Like, so I'm just gonna put Whitley Road, McRitchie Reservoir, Bishan. What else is there? I want to say, I want to say Serangoon because it technically cuts through Serangoon, right? And then it used to terminate at Serangoon before it got extended to before it got extended to Sengkang. Sorry, Sengkang, Serangoon. I want to say a very specific. You know, I'm just like laundry listing, but who cares? Yio Chu Kang Road. I'm laundry listing simply because when I say outside world, I need to list all the examples. I'm not even gonna bother to draw a diagram because it's like you can just look it up on Street Directory or anything. Buangkok Green. I'm just gonna put Buangkok / green. Simple. Whereas Service 970 formed as a result of a Trans Island Bus Service 5 being withdrawn and its sectors being transferred over to services 961. Sorry, it's my first pause. I needed to use a toilet. And whereas service 970 introduced in compensation as a result of this bus service being withdrawn and its sectors being transferred over to some of its sectors being transferred over to sectors being you know what, let's just use this stupid thing. Wait, it doesn't even do this anymore. Oh, thank the Lord, it doesn't even do this anymore. I don't know why. And some of its sectors being transferred over to service 961. The remaining sectors went over to 970. The sentence is very long, but brings residents to these places. Bukit Panjang, Hillview. Oh my god. I'm not gonna say like Beauty World as well. You know what? I'm just gonna put it like, even if there's overlap, right? People need to understand that this kind of like overlap is important for like network resilience. You want to go to Beauty World, right? You have two bus services. That's what I'm trying to say. Bukit Panjang, Hillview, Beauty World. Jesus Christ, where else? Commonwealth, MRT, Queenstown, Alexandra, Great World City, Chinatown, and the Central Business District. Laundry listing, but yes, this is needed. Wait, my paragraph. Okay, this means that I laundry listed the places where, oops, sorry, where these bus services apply. To illustrate the importance in I need to pause, I need to think. Of convenience in the form of importance of convenience in the form of direct connectivity, pause, direct zero transfer in the form of direct zero transfer. Oh my god, connect. Yeah, why does it, no, why does it do that? Okay, never mind. To illustrate in, if I remove this, okay, I just think it looks ugly. Of direct, I don't even need the comma over there. Okay, so I laundry listed the places where these bus services apply to illustrate the importance of convenience in the form of direct zero connectivity, especially last bus connectivity. Pause. It does this again. It like it doesn't do this with but it for some reason this website just loves to do this. How one could reach sorry, I know I want to say access, but reach so many places with just 3 bus services. Okay, how does this look? Cutting away medium or long distance trunk bus routes and forcing commuters to okay, fine, I'm going to use this big word for now. Utilize feeder buses to their nearest major hub simply deprives residents of important because I think one sentence already proves my point of why you shouldn't cut these bus services. Of, I think just put connections. Alright, so this section is done, I think. nobody is denying the fact that the legacy bus routes, whilst they form the backbone of the transport system in Singapore, public transport system in Singapore, they have implications on because bus captain is a Singapore exclusive term, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just gonna put here bus driver welfare. Though that can be mitigated by giving bus drivers longer breaks at terminating points, or putting, okay, you know what? Big word again. Establishing layover containers for bus drivers to rest, and then you declare it as official. You tell the passenger commuters that, like, hey, this is a rest point for the bus captains. You have to wait in the bus for like 10 to 15 minutes, blah blah blah. Just make it official so that people are in the know to rest. The reason why I say this is because splitting or truncating a bus route would mess up the last bus connectivity late at night, because not all bus services run beyond midnight. I think this proves it. This is not to say that bus routes absolutely cannot be amended, but a lot of care has to be put in a lot of care to ensure that commuters being affected by bus route amendments or outright truncations are being compromised. I don't want to be like commuters compromised, compensated. I want it to look a little better in terms of like language. Are being affected by bus route amendments or outright truncations are being compensated in the form of alternative bus routes, be it new or existing routes. This sentence is really long, but it proves the point. I talked about redundancy, right? It's like outside of disruptions via rail. And then I talked about outside world, convenience in the form of direct zero transfer connectivity, how one could reach so many places with just 3 bus services. I think it already proves the point. Okay, now let's go. Wait, is it correct? There's a space, there's a space, there's a space. Express bus services or city direct. I'm not gonna include premium bus services because they are run by private operators, even though LTA designed the routes, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I need to make sure that I bold this thing. Can you actually bold the title? Oh no, it's already by default bolded. Okay, so this one I'm gonna just bold this one. Express. You pay a surcharge, which is not wrong, to ride an express bus, but in return, these buses usually call all stops nearer to the start and end points of the route, whereas and incorporates a huge non-stop sector. Huge non-stop sectors in the mid. Am I right to say this, like in the middle portion? Okay. In the middle portions of the route, because it's like middle portions of what, so I have to specify of the route. The only exception is service 30E, which has a stopping pattern akin to Japan's limited express train services. And I don't have to elaborate any further. It can just stop at this. Or maybe I just, okay, for instance, okay, then I'll say, for instance, I know the jump from here to here, it's like quite abrupt, so I'm just gonna say going back to the main point. No, it doesn't flow, you see. I'm conscious about my flow. Going going back to you know what? Back. I know this looks a little bit off, but back to topic, for instance. Service 518 is local stopping. Sorry, never mind. Calls all stops between and Bedok North MRT is non-stop until Momi Road, calls all stops up till Bayfront Avenue, is non-stop on the way back to Bedok North MRT, and thereafter, this is for people who don't know what 518 is. Thereafter, it becomes local all stop again. Commuters opt for these bus routes despite the higher fares because they are able to reach to get from point to point. They are able to get from faster as long as the run times are not overly loose. I said this as well. Because the thing is, right, CDS after the last stop, it just like flies. Okay, the one good thing about City Direct services is that is that for both bounds they only have to adhere to the timetable on the dot until the last stop before the express sector, and then the bus drivers can freely drive at their own pace. It offers some kind of flexibility regular trunk services do not offer. You know? Okay, fine. Language. Paraphrase. City Direct services most of which are the 600 series bus route. Okay, I need to specify this again because I'm reaching out to international viewers who may not have a clue about what the Singapore bus network is like. So bus routes, which are the 600 series bus routes ranging from 651 to 691. That's the highest number that has been like internally confirmed. While others because I'm not talking about like 10E or 196E or 97E. It's more of like, how many of them are there? It's like, I know 513, shit, is it 513? 850E and 92E are gonna be renumbered. Am I even remembering the correct thing? But eventually they will all be renumbered to 600. But again, I don't want people to forget about like the country's bus history, so can be numbered this. I'm not gonna put in 868 because that is only unidirectional, so I'm just gonna put in this. Exactly how many of them are there? This. Dude, I really forgot. Is this it? Why is my memory so bad right now? You know what? I'm just gonna leave it like this. Can be numbered. are also express bus services, except they only operate in one direction during weekday morning peak and evening peak. Their main purpose is to alleviate the overcrowding on railways. Just say railways in general, because it also includes LRT, like 671, 666, 683, 678, 673. Crap, what else is there? I mean, technically 591 also does that. 592 as well. But you get my point, like 678, 680, 682. 681. No, that one doesn't pass by any LRT. I'm stupid. No, 682 doesn't pass by LRT as well. Okay, never mind. Their main purpose is the overcrowding on I lost my train of thought already. Oh my god, I need to stop getting distracted. Except that they only operate in one. Oh yeah. You see, I tendencies to miss this and that. Your main purpose is to alleviate the overcrowding on railways, giving commuters an alternative. I mean, hub spoking between a feeder and a CDS is also possible in some cases, like where you do not have like direct access to CDS, so you take a feeder to intercept a CDS. That is also possible in some cases. Like you take, I don't know, 293 maybe to access 513, something along those lines. An alternative mode of travel to and from their workplaces. In Shantung or Orchard. Or Novena. Yeah, I'm just gonna like very broadly say Shantung, Orchard, or Novena. You know what? Whatever. Newton/Novena. That's more fair. So that I don't. I forgot. Suntec City. Okay. Suntec Orchard. Okay. I don't have to explain more than that. Although there may be some potential to turn several city direct services into full day bus services, but it's not related to like the main topic of this, so I'm not gonna include that in. Have I touched on like everything? Like this, I think 3 of them is enough. So this is just introduction. And then now there is like, there's this next part that I can put over here, which is like, what's this? Add an image from Unsplash, add a video, embed, new code block, and a new part. A new part. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I can just Control Z that. Okay. I don't know what this new part means. Is it like page 1, page 2, page 3 or something? Or is this like a page breaker or something? But whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna cut straight to the point. Common mistakes made by, going back to topic, delusional extremist, oh god. Okay. Common mistakes made by There are two main groups of extremists: the anti-car pro-bus group and the anti-car, anti-bus, pro-train group. Their primary aim is to force every single commuter to travel the exact same way as dictated by these armchair transit bloggers. Correct, right? Because without sparing a thought for the commuters' preferences and actual needs. The staunch, I learned this word from like, you know where, okay? The staunchly pro-train individuals or groups would constantly lobby for the complete withdrawal or truncation of medium to long distance trunk bus routes, effectively turning them into feeders that do not take you out of your neighborhood or your Jimoto. Jimoto is more prevalent in Japan because it's like not everybody lives in like an apartment or a private housing estate. This is important as well. That do not take you out of your. Do not take. I'm not saying you. That do not. Sorry. That do not take people. They would be forced to utilize railways no matter what as part of their medium to long distance commute. And they act like it is a crime to take a bus service long distance or, you know, Tokyo Metro long distance. You get the reference. Repeatedly harping about why Singapore needs trains that run at 130 kilometers per hour. Like seriously, the too small for it to be viable and worthwhile. Not only will commuters be forced to cram on board already sardine packed to the. I'm just gonna throw every single word I know. packed to the core. Not only will commuters be forced to cram on board already sardine packed to the core trains, in the event of a disruption, as briefly aforementioned, is briefly mentioned above as briefly aforementioned, a lot of they, as in the commuters, right? They would be stranded with no form of alternative travel. This is the main problem with these pro-train rhetorics. How do you even pronounce this word? Idea. Stone ideology. Okay. You get what I mean. Not only will commuters be forced to cram on board already sardine packed to the core trains, oh, thank you. I don't know how to work around this. Do I just Control Z everything? Yeah, I know I pronounce Z, Zach. I pronounce it both ways. I pronounce it both ways. In case you're wondering. Because I'm exposed to both like American and British English. That's my background. Okay, this is the main problem with yeah, this is a problem. Yeah, it doesn't work. They think spamming train lines, trams, or monorails left, right, center okay, you know what? I have to be more specific. Driverless would solve all connectivity issues with no regard for noise pollution caused by such ground level or elevated ground level trams or elevate. I know it's quite duh, like trams are ground level. I know there are some exceptions whereby the trams actually have a bridge, like they have like elevated sections, but and then there's also like, is this train line considered a tram or a train line? You know, Kyoto, there's like Osaka, there's like that is technically considered a tram, blah blah blah, you know, or elevated model. So I'll just specify with no regard for noise pollution, and most importantly, the total cost required to construct and maintain and sustain these systems. Bus routes are cheaper to make and are more easily editable without the need to spam train viaducts. Like, these people complain about expressway viaducts, but then you're doing the same with railway viaducts. All because it's like, nah, trains carry more people than a bus or a car. You know? Editable without the need to spam. I think this would solve all connectivity with no regard. In short, they just love HubSpot to the core. They just and constantly emphasize on that higher order transit pyramid thing. You get what I mean? Basically, every commute has to this one train line as opposed to many parallel serving many parallel. That's all I have to say. To many parallel bus or train lines offering better connectivity. The moment they start bringing in is the moment I start switching off. Like, it's not like I'm learning about transit theory, not not chemistry. Okay, capital. Transit theory, not chemistry. So please use terms more understood by the masses. See? Hold on. Am I making sense? This was supposed to be just one sentence, but then I realized I could make like an entire paragraph with it. One prominent example, we actually think. Okay, let's go. All right. No, actually, I need a. Okay, it's a different page, right? One prominent example is where downtown line caters to residents living near the actual station box. Is it in or at? I think it's in. Prepositions. Is it ni or de? In Japanese. Okay, wait. Bukit Panjang caters to residents living near the actual downtown line station box in Bukit Panjang. If you do not have, if you do not have immediate downtown line access, you would, okay, let's say you're staying, you reside at Chua Chu Kang. I'm not gonna bring in UT because UT is gonna have downtown line in the future. I mean, the Chua Chu Kang North 7 to the east of it, there's gonna be a station there. Let's say you reside at Chua Chu Kang. Where's Take Y? Phoenix LRT. I know Phoenix LRT. Blocks 273. Wait, no, 270 and 223. Or just anywhere along the park. Okay, fine. This is stupid, but yeah, you get what I mean. You would prefer 190 direct to Orchard, Somerset, and Dhoby Ghaut. Cramming onto I almost said Orchard Line. God damn it. Zero transfers versus I don't know how many versus I don't know how many transfers with major access penalty. Yeah, okay. Similarly, if you reside at, okay, I'm just gonna laundry list again. Senja, Jelapang, Segar, Fajar, Bangkit, you would opt for 972/972M as opposed to taking Bukit Panjang LRT, walking from 2F to 21B1. Actually, it's B2F, right? It's like 1 B1F, B2F. B1F to B2F, you pass through the fare gates and then walking from 2F to, I know it's sheltered, but still, it's called walking. And even for like people with like the personal mobility devices, it's gonna be hard for them, even for like motorized wheelchairs as well. Isn't that a PMD? I have no idea, but it's gonna be difficult for them as well, especially given the fact that Bukit Panjang LRT and Sengkang LRT, like LRT, right? They don't have escalators except like STC, PTC, like the town center. They don't have escalators. They only have stairs and the lift. So if the lift is broken, haha, good luck to you. I'm not gonna mention it over here, but it's quite self-explanatory why it's not. I've talked about like doorstep before. See, it's like even though I didn't really bring in a whole load of doorstep, me laundry listing all of this, it's doorstep in a way, right? So you would opt for, as opposed to walking, transferring to downtown line, and then subsequently transferring again. I love HubSpot so much. I dream about it every night. Okay, I'm just going to put this in. To the same orchard, Somerset, and Dobie got. I mean, it's an important point. That's why I'm spending time to like type this out. And when you see this, you know it's from me. If you are thinking of truncating or withdrawing actually useless long distance bus services such as 132, okay, fine. I'll just say it. I know historically it's only like Ang Mo Kio to Tomlinson Road loop, and then it got extended on both ends, on whatever both ends. But you know what? I think people need to understand that this is truly a long distance bus service. Can you not? Okay, fine. I will forgive you for this one. But please, does Control Z actually work? Control Z. No, I hate you. Can you stop doing this, please? I don't know why it's like so inconsistent. Oh, sorry. Imagine I put this. Useless long distance bus services such as. If you are thinking of truncating or withdrawing actually useless long distance and compensating the part between and people are not going to understand Toa Payoh right, so I'm just going to say reservoir. Compensate using another bus service. I'm just going to say another bus service. That is still okay because it is a useless bus service. That's right. But trying to mess with these actually useful long distance, medium to long distance bus services that are commuters' literal livelihood. The thing is, this thing is like an uncountable noun, so I'm not gonna put the letter S there. See, grammar. But trying to mess with these actually useful medium to long distance bus services that are commuters' literal livelihood, that has no place in Singapore society. And I hope these people will never ever step into LTA policy and planning division. Otherwise, the entire country would crumble under them. Tampines Expressway has a, I'm gonna use the word literal a lot, major bus hub at the TP bus stops before and after Pongo Road, they call it. Major transfer point for, how many services can I remember? Like 88, 80, 89. Okay, 161 doesn't go there. Oh my god, 110, 109, 110. Oh yeah, 27 as well. 34 as well. 118 as well. Have I missed out any? 327, 30, the 30 somethings. 44 doesn't go there. 4, 5, 53 doesn't go there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how I count. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. 1, 2 something, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 5, 7 doesn't pass by there, obviously. 8, 9, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 9, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, sorry. Okay, wait. I'm locking in. Pongo TP bus stop. Gonna. Oh, they call it interchange. Okay. I got all of them. Hey, I back up the talk. I know my bus services as an outsider. I back up the talk, unlike some people. By the way, I wasn't referring to anything. You notice that like my screen, I didn't switch my screen. I wasn't using my phone. I'm using my phone to record, and my other phone is charging. So there is no way I could cheat, and there is no benefit in me cheating as well. It's just a recalling bus services. That's all. It's quite self-explanatory. Other expressway bus routes have their own purpose. Okay, because I'm saying this because like there's this, there's 39, there's 85 as well. I'm gonna put in I'm gonna throw in 857, 960. Okay, I've already mentioned 190 and 972, so I'm not gonna mention that. And also the Ayer Raja, because there's like Ayer Raja Road and Upper Ayer Raja Road. Historically, they were like that. And then they became an expressway. And also the Ayer bus routes have their own purpose. 963, 97, 197. You know, even those that serve like very small sectors like 188, 196, 1433, 166, 198 as well. You get my point. I'm not too proficient in recalling the Ayer Raja Expressway bus routes. I have to admit. I know which bus routes pass by there, but asking me to recall on the fly, I might struggle a little bit. At least I'm honest, unlike some people. Other expressway bus routes. You know what? I am gonna throw in 36, 40. I'm not gonna say 502, 518 as well, but you know. And you know what? I'm just gonna put it in. Screw this. Have your own purposes. And they can never and should never be replaced with railways, simply because they are different corridors, transit corridors. Just doesn't exist in Jesus Christ. No, shut up. No, sorry, that was my bus route recreation. I was like, what happened? In urbanist and new urbanist. They just hate roads and want everything to run on rails. I'm not wrong. I'm shading them, but I'm not wrong. I haven't even mentioned the cost factor. Oh wait, I already mentioned it in the previous sections. Of such ludicrous, I want to say ridiculous, but ludicrous, infrastructural, I haven't even, the cost factor of such ludicrous infrastructural decisions. Infrastructural projects, if they ever make it to the discussion board, into the internal, like intranet, 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 you get it. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Now it's starting to look like a block because of my own shading. Okay. I wish the pro-train anti-bus people could be put on mute forever. Right. You know, at least I'm not drunk, right? Number one, I don't drink at all. That's why. Don't drink, guys. It messes with your body, so please don't. I can't get high without your love. Da, 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 da. Wait. Okay, I think it's like more, did I copy and paste this? Okay, wait, I did. Alright. Both groups hate cars. I feel so bad for car enthusiasts that truly love their vehicle that would get screwed over by these radical groups. Are individuals if they ever make it into any form of our transit statutory board. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm like referring to. I don't even know what I'm referring to, because this refers to like internationally, whatever they call it in their own countries or cities in general. But one pushes people to railways only. Like basically the hate car part, I've already mentioned it. One group pushes, but one group, the other group described here, pushes people to buses and trains. To buses and trains only. Okay, I don't want to repeat the word only. However, they mess up the existing bus network just to make buses run like Sonic Hedgehog. Okay, fine. Run like Sonic Hedgehog. Duplicating existing or former. No, or future. Oh my god, future. I think faster than I talk faster than I think. I type faster than I think. Railway lines and are just asking to be rationalized. Withdrawn. In most cases, okay, truncated as well, but in most cases, like these, right, they would be outright withdrawn. Like, they mess up the existing bus network just to make. Okay, I'm just gonna summarize everything because like my video is already like almost reaching 1 hour and 30 minutes. So to railways only, the other group described here pushes people to buses and trains. However, they mess up the existing bus network just to make buses run like Sonic Hedgehog and are just asking to be rationalized. Okay. To sum it up, they force feeder bus services to eat each other up or trunk services to eat feeder or trunk to eat up feeder bus services, combining the routes. They force, which completely defeats the purpose of feeder services, which are only meant to operate within the specified neighborhoods, and it brings external traffic and congestion onto those whom only wish to commute within said, which then leads to an overall decreased reliability and frequency, decreased headways, decreased frequency of that of the bus of the now merged. Is it this now merged? Consolidated bus service. Not intra-town, intertown and trunk bus service. I'm gonna put this because it's not an official term. Oh my god! I need a stretch. Which then leads to an overall decreased reliability and frequency of the now merge. No matter how many bendy buses you deploy. The intertown, I say inner town, but it's like, if people don't understand, okay, fine. Intertown. I'm just gonna say it. All right, so, I mean, this part already mentions how you use for you force feeder bus services to eat each other up. Yeah, you know, or a combination of both. It's not a combination of, it's combinations of both. Just because historically they did it with 338, 60, and 63 doesn't mean you have to carelessly impose this strategy. Okay, it's clearer this way. Historically, they did it. It was done in the era where TRF wasn't a thing, where transfers would automatically mean new trip. It was done in the era where TRF wasn't a thing, and they even rigged the fare stages to ensure that existing commuters who only commute within their own neighborhood, still get to enjoy the 3.2 km. Is it 3.2? I keep forgetting. Please correct me if I'm wrong. 3.2 kilometers feeder cap. On the new I think this is clear enough. Like, be it bus, train, transfers. I have seen people trying to amend service tree to do what service tree is not supposed to do, or swapping the routes, swapping sectors of services 63 and 64 for no good reason, or worst of it all, Service 38 being an integration of feeder services 220 and 290. That exact Service 38 being forced to eat up 228, 229 as well. Completely the purpose of both 38 and 229 at the same time. They also force existing long trunk bus routes to be converted into Sonic Hedgehog bus routes. With a similar to Service 30E. Can I say run profile? The way the bus service skip. The exact way the bus service skips stop. The exact way the bus service are skipped. Yeah, I think this is understood. Wordy but understood. I just want people to understand what I mean by this. Without giving any proper compensation to the stranded commuters in along the intermediate stops that would have been skipped by said Sonic buses. Have been skipped. The trunk services used to call these stops, now this group is trying to make these services skip these exact, and only the major stops are called. Essentially, they are making buses more hub spoke, just replacing the railways with Sonic buses instead. This in turn also messes up the last bus connectivity and timings, because now the compensation in the form of This in turn messes up the, oh my god, connectivity and time, because now the compensation in the form of this in turn also messes up the last bus connectivity and timings, because now the compensation in the form of in the form of no, stop. I know I need to be prompted to upload this video, but I am recording, god damn it. Now the compensation, I know autosave is a thing, but still, oh my god. But hey, I love you. You are the reason why I'm able to make my bus route recreations, but I am literally in the middle of recording, so stop popping up. I'm not trying to play hide and seek with you. Okay. Last bus time, like peekaboo, oh my god. Messes up the last bus connectivity and timings, because now the compensation in the form of alternative local, be it existing or newly crayoned by the group, now have to skip. Sorry. Oh my god, no. Now have to have their last bus timings extended by a lot, just to account for the transfers from Sonic bus to local bus. Not just last bus timings, but the first bus timings have to be pushed earlier as well as a result. These, regardless of what kind of transit extremists, what specific archetype. Okay, I'll just throw in this word here, why not? These people groups are, they often love to rig traffic light cycles, I don't know. Okay, like I'm not putting in bus lanes, because bus lanes are actually useful as long as they're not on the goddamn expressway. They love to rig traffic light cycles. Their Sonic buses or feeder expresses go faster. You know, 871X literally uses the expressway. It's 45 something. I cannot remember what the last digit is. I just call it 871X. Go faster. It's just that one group wants to replace expressways with Pongo North Avenue. I think it's Pongo North Avenue, right? Or West Coast lookalikes. Fine. And never mind. Bus lanes on. Sorry, existing expressways with signalized junctions at the. See, here's the thing. Like British English, if I'm not mistaken, it's S, but like I use like a combination of like British and American English, just so you know. At the literal expressway exits. Sorry. Defeating the purpose of expressways in the first place. Except bicycles, because bicycles are not allowed to go on the expressways. Okay, I'll put it here, because bicycles, they have bicycle lanes, but some countries, their bicycle lanes are near the pavements, like in Singapore. Some countries, their bicycle lanes are on the road itself. So it's different, just to make it clear. It's just that one group wants to replace... I wanted to say counterparts, but I would just say lookalikes, because this term appeals better as opposed to like counterparts. Counterparts is like a tougher word, whereas lookalikes is an easier word. They often love to rig traffic lights, I don't know, just to make their sonic buses or feeder expresses. Sorry. Let's put here, because some people don't... I don't think that MRT extremist knows what feeder express actually means. So, no, it's an apostrophe. One group wants to replace expressways with whereas the other group is vehement on tearing down expressways or force building railway lines in the middle of existing, because buses are... because the existence of medium to long distance buses or viaducts okay, give them a concussion. It's not a train. Yeah, we should withdraw KO and Keisei line because they compete with Chuo line and Sobu line. Am I right? Everything parallel to them that's not hub-spoke is automatically labeled. So I am just using their warped definition and ideologies against them. Okay, conclusion. Wherever you are in the world, we need to put a stop to these extremist groups and not let them use their platforms to brainwash the masses. Publish. Saving. Oh, wait, what? Can I put bus? Is it just bus? Oh, okay, okay. Buses and trains. Nice. Bus. Buses. Sorry. Buses. Transit. Oh, they have public transit. Do they have public transport? Okay, this one is like a little bit more common. But wait, if it's just transit, right? What would they say? Because transit is like 87. 87 versus, oh Jesus. 5. Okay, I'll just target buses, public transport, buses and trains. Wait. No, I don't need an image. My words speak to people. Publish. This is my first time like dealing with this screen. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna share it to like Facebook. And then I'm gonna copy link. Bye-bye. Okay, wait, I can copy the link, right? Okay, copy link. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, this is like the advertisement, I think. And then, oh, there's the page break. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, what is this? Oh, more recommendations and more responses. Oh, and then this is like the one that has like the this is like the equivalent of like and heart. They call it like what? Claps, is it? Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3 buses and train. Okay, never mind. Whatever. Screw it. My very first blog article. Yay.